All right, today we're cleaning a very, very dirty Tesla in direct sun without using a sponge or without touching it at all, using a couple different products, the Super Soaper and Pure Magic Cleaner. This is part of the Decon bundle. 2 ounces of each into a foam cannon. A full foam cannon is gonna get you 2 full car washes, so very economical. I'll show you that in this video. Also in the Decon bundle comes a 16-ounce bottle of Toughest Shell, because after you clean your car, if you can protect it, make the water bead, make the car get not as dirty, it's gonna be a lot easier to get a touch-free car wash. And so in this video, I'm gonna show you how you could get a touch-free or as close to touch-free as possible in direct sun. Let's go get it started. All right, first thing is I never pre-rinse the car with water. It's either pre-soaking, which is what I'm pretty much gonna do with this as the first wash. You could use a pump sprayer, you could use a hand pump sprayer, you could use a spray bottle to kind of pre-soak all the dirt, but I don't really care about rinsing all this off with a steady stream of water. I just wanna get product on the car, so that's what I'm gonna do now. Okay, so about a half a foam cannon left. I got the first wash done. This is kind of the pre-soak, and really what I'm looking for is just stuff kind of loosening up, a little bit of bird poop loosening up, the dirt, and I really want to make sure I hit all the dirt. So I'm going to let this dwell, then I'm going to rinse it because everything's going to be lubricated up, encapsulated. I'll rinse this with a steady stream of water, and then I will refoam again. Again, direct sunlight, a little bit cloudier today, but direct sunlight. I will say, I wanna make an important note. If you're using the Super Soaper, some people tend to be a little confused. The Super Soaper is intended to clean the car. If you rinse the car with well water or hose water, anything but deionized water, you will still get water spots. That is with anything. So I've gotten some feedback of like, oh, my car looks worse after I use the Super Soaper, which is not the soap. It is the hard water that you're using. So I'm using deionized water, and so that's why I could like blow dry the car. I don't have to worry about those water spots. But if you're not using deionized water, you will still need to dry your car. I thought that was common. Apparently it's not common knowledge, so I did want to make that a point that the Super Soaper does clean the car very good, but it does not make your water soft. It does not make your water spot free. So just so you know that. All right, we're gonna do the first rinse. So after the first rinse, it doesn't need to be perfect because we're gonna foam it again. That is, I'm trying to prove a couple things out in doing this. One, that you can wash your car in direct sun. Two, there is a safer way to wash your car that is also easier for you too. It's not as taxing on your body of like having 2 buckets and then, make sure you're washing in a specific pattern and not in circles and all that. So we're trying to get the car, even if we don't get it 100% touch free, are we getting it to the point that it is safe, the safest possible way to wash your car? Because traditionally, if we think about it, you're just doing a pre-rinse with water, which does absolutely nothing. We've proven that in other videos. And then you're immediately going to a 2-bucket method. So you actually have so many contaminants and dirt still on the car when you're doing that, that you're actually scratching your car. So what I'm proving in these videos like this is that this is a safer way to wash your car, even if I think we're gonna get it almost 100% touch-free and this car was thrashed. But not only is it a safer way, meaning less dirt on the surface when you go to towel dry or whatever, but also a thing that we're not getting is we're not getting any streaks from the product. We're not drying out any of the moldings or rubber around the car. And so a lot of times when people talk about, pre-treating with something like an all-purpose cleaner, you're gonna get streaks on the black plastic. It's gonna dry out the plastics. It could be too aggressive. Using an all-purpose cleaner. Maybe not on the first time, but if you do it a lot, it will. And so that's why I designed the Super Soaper to not do things like this. So again, the car doesn't have to be perfect after the first rinse because we're gonna be foaming it again. I keep forgetting which way the wind's going to not foam myself at the same time. But the car is, sorry, Brian, almost took you out. The car is, I would say already it's 80% cleaner. So could you go to straight drying right now? Maybe, but I want to see if we can get it a little bit more. Another thing that I'm also seeing is how good that foam on wax worked that we tried out. The water's beating still really good, and the car hasn't been washed since then. The glass looks good. The water's beating everywhere. So who knows? Maybe a future product. I have no plans to release another new product right now. Famous last words, right, Brian? No plans, but it could happen. Just kind of using up the rest of the foam can in here, but so now that we have, here's the purpose of the double foam. The first foam is your pre-soak, is to really knock down the vast majority of the dirt on the car. The second foam is then to just boost that cleaning even more. Now, if you feel the need or you want to or whatever, now you could go in with not a sponge, but a microfiber towel would be safe because you could flip it so many different ways, and you could do your contact wash if you wanted to at this point, and you would be far safer than just doing a water rinse to a 2-bucket method. That way is way more work with the 2-bucket method, but again, my products are designed to work for you so you don't have to work as hard and get the car cleaner and just have a safer wash. So I'm gonna let this dwell for a little bit longer. Again, showing that we're not streaking in direct sun, it's not drying out too fast, it's not doing anything weird, anything that you don't want it to do. Sometimes with acid cleaners, like I said, or all-purpose cleaners, if you're pre-soaking with an all-purpose cleaner, it's going to dry the surface out. It's going to kill the protection on your car, which is another thing. All-purpose cleaners traditionally are higher pH. That's going to affect whether it's the ceramic coating or the wax that you have on your car. And as we saw, even with something like a foam-on protector wax style product, it was not degrading at all. It was actually looking really, really good, which is why I call this package the decon package as well, is if you do have a ceramic coating, this is a great way to kind of rejuvenate the water beading. But as you can see, even in direct sun, the foam is sticking clean, doing exactly what it should do. An area of focus that I was a little bit worried about after the first rinse was on the front with the bugs, so I'm hoping that the second rinse takes care of that. But really, I think the back tailgate was probably the dirtiest part of the car, so when we go to the yellow towel wipe, maybe we'll wipe back there. All right, so even after about 5 minutes, again, this is where you want it, of like just on the verge of drying. But even here, it's not going to streak at all. You don't have to worry about that. As long as the soap is on the car, you will not get water spots. But this is the part of the wash that you have to think to yourself, do I have deionized water or do I not have deionized water? Because if you do not have deionized water, you're going to want to make quick work of drying the car after you fully rinse it. If you do have deionized water or spot-free water, you do not have to be as careful after you rinse the car. But again, if you use a super soaper, it does not make your water deionized water. It focuses on cleaning dirt off the car. So if you're rinsing with a hose, you're rinsing with well water, you're rinsing with any other water other than deionized water, chances are it will spot. So just think to yourself, stop and have a moment, and check in with yourself to see where you're at. So I am using deionized water, so I don't have to worry about it as much. But let's take a moment, just real quick, side note, squirrel, whatever. Last time we did this particular car, after I washed it, we foamed it with the pink stuff. I'll put a link to that video below. And it was not clayed, not anything. It was just a sample of a product. We just foamed it and rinsed it off. And look at how good the water beading is still doing. That's pretty good. So that product, again, it was just a sample. It's just nothing. Maybe it'll become a product later. But that product would be super good for mobile detailers, people that, you know, during winter are just trying to add quick protection to their car. Because anytime you have the water beading up, it's going to make it easier to clean on the next go round. I think this is not bugs. This is actually just a hit a little bit. There may be a couple bugs on there, but nothing major, but that's not a bug. Just wanted to point that out. see the back of the mirror, doesn't have that dirt anymore. So this product is really for a few people. People that don't want to spend all day washing their car, people that want a good result, people that live on a farm and have trucks and tractor trailers and all kinds of things like that. Let's do a brand new towel wipe. Back here was really dirty, right? Before, super, super dirty. Look at that. Do a little before shot on what that was like. Again, flip to a clean side. This side was wrecked. Clean, right? And so you don't want clean. So what this means is now you could go in, if you're not having deionized water, or if you don't use deionized water, you could go in and safely clean your car without worrying about scratching it or inducing any scratches. Could you use a drying aid as you do it? Yes, you could use Toughest Shell as you dry the car. But again, this product is designed for people who don't want to do the 2-bucket method. They don't want to spend a ton of time doing their car. They just want a really, really clean result. And again, in direct sun, on a hotter day, on a dirty car. Again, just showing a process that works really, really well. So I will link the Decon bundle below, but again, you could achieve the same results with just buying the Super Soaper and having Pure Magic Cleaner separately. You don't have to buy the Decon bundle. Pure Magic Cleaner also works really good on water spots as a no-touch option to cleaning rims. We've showed that before too, but I will make sure to link everything below. And let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Catch you on the next one. See ya.